Hi everyone, Bonnie here, and I'm currently at work, and this video is going to be shitty visual wise because I don't know how to blur stuff in my videos, so I don't want you to see my work shirt and the schedule and the names of people in the back. So we're gonna work with this. I'm currently doing laundry, so you're gonna see me folding a bunch of stuff, but I had some downtime. I'm not doing anything. All my check-ins have already checked in. So anyway, that's not important. What's important is what I'm about to talk about. And even that is not that very important, but I wanted to share it with you anyway. So as many of you know, some people choose a word of the year. They choose a word, and then they actively act on that word throughout the year. That was their main focus. And some people give up, some people go through the entire year and actually focus on that word and fit that word in their lives and in their practice. I never did it because I'm lazy. No, I never did it before because I didn't quite understand what the purpose was. And I could never think of a word that fit my lifestyle or my purpose or anything. So I was just like, I'm probably never going to do this. However, this year was a little bit different. It just popped into my head one day that the word for the year of 2024 was going to be love. Now, the reason I chose love isn't because I'm not a loving person. I think I'm a very loving person, and I think I care deeply about people, and there are times where those people don't care deeply about me and it really hurts. Sometimes I feel like it's my emotions and my time wasted and I get angry and everything, but one person that I wasn't loving with all my being was myself. I've mentioned this before, I have schizophrenia, and I've been out of the hospital. My last visit was about 2 years ago, maybe a year ago, I think. Yeah, a year ago. I was having problems with psychosis. I was very worried. I was very scared. And I ended up back in the hospital because I needed to get back on track. Hospital stay was short. It was only a week. But it upset me because I had stayed out of the hospital 3 years prior. And I thought I was doing great. And I was overwhelmed. I had been working assembly for a couple of years and was ignoring the fact that the job that I was doing, regardless of where it was at, being assembly takes a lot out of you. You got to do things right. There's a lot of pressure, and it can be a pain. And if you're not a hard worker, but if you're not, I hurt myself a lot with the tools and stuff. Cut my finger open, punched a metal thing by accident. My hand slipped and went straight into it. And I was sick a lot because I was so stressed out trying to work 10, 12 hours a day in a job that I absolutely loathed. Paid well, wasn't worth the hardship. It wreaked havoc on me emotionally and physically. And for those who do manufacturing jobs and things like that, more power to you, because I can't do it. I am not built for that kind of work. And there was a bunch of other shady shit in both companies that I worked at, and I couldn't do it anymore. So then I worked at a preschool, and as much as those kids were hilarious and I loved learning and teaching them, I don't like kids. Loved them. They were absolutely wonderful. Some kids got on my nerves, but that is a job that can be soul-wrenching when you're working so hard with a child and their parents are not as supportive to their child as you wish they would be. And I understand people have problems, people go through things, but it's heart-wrenching when those children are not encouraged and are not paid attention to, that are lacking, and you can't really do much about it because there's not much you can do. And as much as I loved watching those kids when they'd hit that aha moment while I was tutoring them, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. There were times I was so frustrated. I wanted to hit a child. But obviously I didn't because I didn't get fired. But it was very frustrating, and to teach children is something amazing. I can't do it. I can't do it. So I didn't go back. And I felt a lot of shame for that because I was good at it. The teachers wanted me back, but I don't have the mentality and the passion for that. So when I started working at the bakery, I did seasonal work, and I don't even know where I'm going with this. Why am I telling you this? Okay, now I remember why I was mentioning all that. I was so stressed out, it was mentally fucking with me, for lack of a better term. I was not in a good place. When I'm overwhelmed, my psychosis kicks in. It's a panic response. And I ended up in the hospital in April of last year because I was so stressed out. I mean, I was doing housekeeping, but the freaking people there were just gross, and I was struggling financially, and it was too much. And I hated myself because of it. I was so ashamed that this happened again. I mean, this is stuff that's out of my control. I can't exactly will myself into psychosis. I can't exactly, I mean, I probably could if I did mushrooms or something. I don't know how mushrooms would act on schizophrenia. Some people say that it doesn't cure it, but it does help alleviate the symptoms instead of creating more hallucinations. So who knows, maybe I'll try magic mushrooms. But when I couldn't get a job in the summer and struggled to not find a job necessarily, but get hired was the problem. I hated myself. It wasn't something that I literally could control, but I blamed myself for the whole situation. I felt I had failed everyone, and I was in a very dark place. And it fucked with me. It really messed with my head, and I didn't love myself. And so while I was going back on how 2023 had gone for me, I realized how much love I have given to me. Like you guys, like this community here at YouTube, my viewers helped me out financially and sent me gifts and supported me and like checked up on me, and I'm grateful for that. I felt loved. My mom helped me out a ton. My dad helped me out. Everybody, I felt loved, but I didn't feel deserving of that love. I felt ashamed and like a failure, like I said. And while I was thinking about that, I realized, how am I giving all this love to my family, to my friends, but not giving that love to myself? And deep down, I know it's not rational, but like, I feel at blame for all the problems we've had the past couple of years, because I'm the one who chose to move to Minnesota. I'm the one who couldn't find work after shit hit the fan. I'm the one who's done everything. Everything's in my name. And I felt that guilt because I'm the one who's not adulting like an adult. And to be honest, I never actually did. Justin did everything. Like, when we were married, everything was what he did. Yeah, I had my life along with him, but he was the one who paid all the bills. He was the one, when I wasn't feeling well, who took care of all the babies. He was the one who did the homeschooling. He was the one who drove me everywhere, because I didn't get a driver's license until I was like 25. He was the one who did everything. And I wanted, when we moved here, I wanted him to at least relax from that state of mind, from having to do everything. I wanted to give him a break, because he's been doing it for 15 years, and you can only do so much before you break a person. And I think he's broken. I think I broke him, but stressed him out way too much. There's a lot of resentment between him and I. But I felt like shit for not being able to provide for my family. I felt that I was to blame for everything that had gone wrong. In my head, everything I touched turned to shit. It was my fault. Everything was falling apart because I'm a bad person. And I had plenty of friends and family going, "You're not a bad person, everyone goes through this." But I'm like, yeah, but do they go through it this badly? And to be honest, I had it good, because even though we were struggling and we had a lot of problems, we had a roof over our head, friends helped out, and we had food in our bellies. I wasn't afraid to ask for help. That's one thing my mom told me, or taught me, is that even at your lowest point, reach out. And there were times where I would reach out and I'd be in tears, because I felt so much like shit for reaching out and asking people for help. But that showed me, while I was reflecting on 2023 and what I wanted for 2020, that I didn't love me. I didn't love me. I blamed myself for everything. I hated myself for the decisions I made. I was so depressed that I didn't spend quality time with my kids. I would just lock myself up in my room and ignore everyone and listen to ASMR videos and sleep all the time. And I mean, yeah, sometimes you need breaks, but I have kids. I have family that I need to connect with, and I was just locking myself away and keeping to myself and hating myself because of it. So while I was reflecting, I decided I need to love myself, and I need to love myself regularly, not just once in a blue moon, not just when everything's going right, not just when everything's going right, not just when I thought I deserved it. I need to love myself when I'm angry at the decisions I've made. I need to love myself when, oh, I hate fitted sheets. It takes every ounce of me not to just roll it into a ball. But yeah, I need to love myself even when things go wrong and it is my fault. When things go wrong and it's somebody else's fault and I'm mad at them. I need to love myself always. I mean, I love Justin. He's a pain in my ass. He's not my husband anymore, and I'm kind of glad about it. But I got to deal with him every day. And he gets on my nerves sometimes. And I want to punch him in the head. But I love him. And I show my love to him. I lift him up when I can. Tell him you're doing a good job, even though you had a bad day. Okay. Hold on. I did this. And I love my kids. I take care of them. I give them hugs and kisses when they feel like shit. And when they're getting on my last damn nerve, I love them still. And I love my mom. I love my dad. I love my siblings. Again, even when I want to slap them, I love them. I love everybody. I love my viewers. I love my friends. I love my neighbors. I try and show appreciation as often as I can. Like even if it's a little gesture, like I made my backdoor neighbor, she's awesome. She's helped me. When my van broke down, she barely knew me, but she took me to Walmart to get my groceries. She drove me around. She's still really, when I was working late hours, and not very late, I was just working 12 hours at the soil sampling plant, soil testing, excuse me, and she would go to the food shelf for me and drop it off. And I gave her a little angel figurine, and she cried. She was like, that was so sweet, because I thought she was awesome. And if I think you're awesome, I'm going to tell you you're awesome, and I'm going to try and show you that you're awesome, even if it's just part of your nature. But yeah, I realize that I love deeply, but I don't love myself. So this year, I've decided to actively love myself, to tell myself not just that I'm worthy of love, but that I am deserving of love. And not just love from others, but love from self. And it's going to be hard. I sometimes still feel like a failure and a mess up and a fuck up and all that. And I struggle frequently with my psychosis. And I'm angry that my mind is wonky. I'm angry with myself for something that's just part of me, like it was my fault. And I'm like, well, this wouldn't happen if I had schizophrenia, and I fucking hate, like, I hate my psychosis, but I'm trying to work with that. And that's why one thing, along with loving myself, is exploring my psychosis and learning to function in a way that is good for me physically, mentally, and spiritually. And I think I'm a pain in the ass to myself. I know I'm a pain in the ass to others, but it's going to be a struggle. And I think that's the point. You choose a word that's going to be hard. You choose a word because you need to grow as a person. And I know that if I continue hating myself, I'm going to reach a dark And I've tried to unalive myself multiple times. And I don't want to go in that dark place. And it's going to be hard. But yeah, that's me babbling about why I chose the word love for the year. I'm also putting that as in my, I'm almost 200 pounds and I'm having health issues because of it. So one of the things of love is loving my body and watching what I put in it and what I do with it. So it's also going to be a wellness journey. So this year is going to be a pain in my ass because I really don't like to exercise and I really love food, and I might take extreme measures and go to the doctor and be like, can you give me that shot? I know there's like a specific shot that helps with lose weight. Or I may even go to extremes and be like, can I have liposuction? No. Especially right here. If you look at my old videos from 12 years ago, you can see how thin I used to be. And that was me at 130 pounds. And right now I'm 195. So there's going to be a wellness journey along with the loving myself. And we'll see where it takes us. Anyway, thanks for listening to me babble for almost 20 minutes. I hope you have a great day. Brightest blessings.